Am I the only one to have a dream? To visit places no one's ever been? Is there really a chance at all?
Keep the nose coming around.
Am I prepared to fall?
And watch the horizon. That's it.
I know it's hard and she'll say it's not fair. It's a sacrifice, I won't be there. How do you tell someone deep down you know there'll be no turning back?
Rachel. Hello. Haven't you got some news for your dad?
I got into Little Shop of Horrors at school.
Well done, Pumpkin.
Not the part I was going for, but it's still cool to be in it.
What part did you go for?
Audrey, of course. She's the lead. Michaela and Ashley said I did the best audition and they reckon I should have got the role.
Well, you've never had a lead role before.
I can hope. What does it say on Mum's fridge magnet? Believe in yourself. Follow your dreams.
So what part did you get?
Crystal.
And are you happy to be in the show?
Yeah. I'm stoked to be in it.
That's good.
It's a fun musical and I can't wait for rehearsals to start.
Well, you can tell your drama teacher if she needs any help with the costumes. I can be there.
Okay, thanks, Mum.
Rachel's parent-teacher interviews are Thursday at 6:30. Are you coming?
Of course. Have I ever missed one of Rachel's parent-teacher interviews? Her teachers all love her to bits, just like a daddy does. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got offered a promotion on Friday.
I like the sound of that.
Bill, you wanted to see me?
Just a second, Nick. I'm very pleased to tell you that we've managed to score that Wentworth contract. Partners are pretty chuffed. We want you to stop working on the Northland Aerospace job and take over as project manager for Wentworth, as technical support chief engineer. You'll have a team of 4, including Bill Yates, Eric Shepard, Peter Wong and Dave Callum, who will all report to you. This is a promotion, Nick.
Sorry. It's just I'm about 3 months away from finishing the Northland job.
We'll get Sanderson to finish off for you. Salary reviews are coming up in April, and you are guaranteed an increase. Guessing it's going to be a decent one, too.
How long do you reckon it'll take to see this one through?
Well, it's a big job, so 3 years if all goes to plan. But it could be as long as 5. Are you in?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You know, Nick, I thought you'd be keen as mustard. I mean, I fought hard to get you to head this team. You've always wanted to lead a team. Now I offer you this, and all I get is a cool okay. Let's have a chat in my office.
And what did you say?
I said I'd let him know.
Nick, it's a promotion, for God's sake.
I just need to think about it for a few days.
Well, why don't you see if you can get a few weeks' holiday in before the job starts, because look what I got from the travel agent today. There's a great 14-day cruise leaving from Sydney the day after our anniversary. So I thought we could spend our anniversary in Sydney and then set off the next day. Well, don't you even want to know where it goes?
I'm not sure that I can get away in June.
You do realise it's our 20th anniversary?
I know, and I'll find something special. Maybe a weekend away.
How many years have you been promising me a cruise? You always find a reason why we can't go.
She's right, Dad. You always have an excuse.
Well, it's not as easy as that. I have work commitments during that period.
Rachel, why don't you tell Mum and Dad what happened to Emma today?
Why don't you?
Well, she's not my greenie friend.
Emma got arrested today.
What? Emma?
She was at the Greenpeace march and something happened and then she ended up in jail for over an hour.
Now you see why I didn't want you to go.
Mum, there were thousands of people there and only 2 people got in trouble. Anyway, she's home now.
Today's flight was a lot of fun. I really, really want to study aviation.
What you really mean is you'd like to do a pilot's training course?
Well, that would be super cool.
Max, your dad and I think it's important to follow your dreams, but we'd like you to get a bachelor's degree first.
Dad, you did avionics, so why can't I?
No, the engineering degree came first, then the avionics. I'd like for you to get your bachelor's first. Then the whole world's your oyster.
I nearly forgot. You got some very interesting mail today.
How was your test today, Rachel?
It sucked. I hate science. I just hope I pass.
You are so full of crap. You always say that.
Hello. I passed my last science exam with achieved. Hardly a scholarship, you brainiac.
Aren't you going to open the letter?
I already know what's inside.
And?
I received an email a few weeks ago. I was just waiting for the right time to tell you.
Tell me what?
It's from Mars X.
Are you serious?
I have applied for one of the 24 slots to go to Mars. And I've been shortlisted as one of 100 applicants.
No, you have not.
There were over 200,000 applicants, so I didn't think I had a chance.
Come on, you're so full of bullshit.
Mum, who's swearing now?
I filled out the application in June last year and forgot all about it. MarsX contacted me in January to set up an online interview for the chief medical officer, which I did the following week, and I probably should have told you then, but I still didn't think I had a chance in hell.
Show me the letter. Are you frigging kidding me? You've applied to go to Mars? Tell me you're not serious.
It's only an application, that's all.
An application? It's more than a bloody application. You've been shortlisted. Wait a minute. I'm not going to fall for that one. You're so pulling my leg. Is this for real?
It's for real.
If this is a joke, I don't think it's funny.
Mum, I think Dad's being serious.
That letter is for real.
You're considering going to Mars and you never even discussed this with me?
Dad.
So how long does this mean you have to be away?
It's a one-way trip.
One way?
It's currently the only way that they can get people on Mars within the next 20 years. But with technology advancing the way that it is, There's a real chance of a return flight at some point in the future.
So when is this happening then?
2031. So it's a long way off. But I would have to travel to the States for training sometime soon.
Forgive me, but I'm having real difficulty understanding this. Are you telling me you're prepared to leave this family? Leave me, leave your kids, your mother and all of your friends and just go off to Mars for the rest of your life? With people you've never even met?
Was Neil Armstrong wrong because he wanted to be the first man on the moon? Christopher Columbus, Francis Drake, Yuri Gagarin. I mean, where would we be if brave people didn't step out and take a risk?
You're missing the point.
None of the great explorers had their return guaranteed.
You are leaving your family.
This wasn't the right time to bring this up.
And when was the right time, Nick? Were you going to wait until I read about it in the newspaper? Why won't you tell me? This has been going on for months.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to sleep. If it happens again, I'll go into the spare room.
I haven't been to sleep. I can't sleep.
Are you asleep?
No.
Do you remember all those years ago when we first went out? You asked me what my dreams were. And I told you I had always wanted to learn to fly. But there was always something stopping me. Do you remember what you said? You said, living is dreaming. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, I wasn't talking about dumping your family and going to Mars, was I?
You You said that from early childhood, we're told to stop dreaming and start living, and you said that was a mistake. You said living is dreaming.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't want to think about it right now. Just wish I could go to sleep and wake up and find that this was all a bad dream.
I know Mum and Rachel are pretty stink about the whole Mars X thing, but I talked to Kevin today and he thinks it's really, really cool. I'd reckon I'd do it if I was old enough. They chose me.
You know, I've never told you this, but I had a dream when I was about your age that I went to the moon.
Wow. Are you scared about going to Mars?
I'm only shortlisted.
I know Kevin's a bit of a geek, but he knows a lot about this stuff, and he told me if you are one of the first people to go to Mars, you'll be a hero, bigger than any pop star in the world.
So we're about 28 minutes already into today's spacewalk. We just got another question from Exwood 4000 who wanted to know why PMA 3 is going to get moved, and it's to set up the station for future commercial crew vehicles. So PMA 3, the pressurized mating adapter number 3, is currently on the utility module. Today's shape connecting a number of people from that, setting it up for robotics.
Rachel's taken this news pretty badly. She's extremely upset. The kids are in bed. I think we need to talk.
Maybe I'll pour myself a drink first.
No, I don't want to drink. I want to know what is happening to this family.
Nothing is happening to this family. I saw a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Don't tell me nothing is happening to this family. You're prepared to walk away from us, your children and our marriage. And you tell me nothing is happening.
I saw one of the biggest opportunities that a man could be part of.
Stop the bullshit, please. I want to know what is going to happen to us. Are you seriously going to walk away from everyone?
I know that sounds dreadful. And it hurts me to know that I've hurt you by doing this. But I've thought about this over and over. And yes, I am being a bit selfish.
Selfish? That's a bloody understatement.
You know, if every pioneer that led a major expedition wasn't brave enough,
I don't give a stuff about pioneers or expeditions, especially ones to Mars.
Even if it turns out to be humankind's greatest exploration to date.
No, I don't care. I'm scared. And I can't believe you would do this without discussing it with me first.
I'm sorry. I should have talked it over with you.
This affects the whole family. It wasn't your decision to make on your own. And what about Rachel? What am I supposed to say? Dad's in a new reality TV series and he won't be home for a while. Actually, ever.
You know, I honestly never expected to get this far. And you say all this as if I've been chosen. I'm only shortlisted.
Nick, would you please eat your eggs while they're hot?
Dad? You're on page 3 of the Tribune. Have you seen this? A 45-year-old Auckland avionics engineer, Nick Wilkinson, has been selected to travel to Mars in 2031. He is one of the 100 would-be astronauts chosen for the special training, which is scheduled to commence in 2 months' time.
Well, that's wrong for a start. Give it here.
What the hell? You said shortlisted and the paper's saying selected. What's going on?
No, it's just semantics, that's all.
I don't care about semantics. Which one is it?
Okay. I am one of 100 candidates who will take part in the many challenges that they will throw our way. 40 of us will be selected to the next round. Then there's an isolation challenge. 30 people will make it. And then finally, they will choose 6 groups of 4 that will become the full-time employees. So I'm selected for the program, yes, but I'm only shortlisted for the actual mission.
Well, thanks for telling me. And you didn't mention the interview either.
It happened yesterday. The journalist came to the office, and after the interview, she asked for a photo.
And it wasn't important enough to mention?
I'm sorry. I completely forgot. There's just a lot going on at the moment.
Kelsey and Mrs. Drake are here. Grab your bag quickly. Bye.
Hey, what about me?
Great article, Dad. Dad, I was thinking about what you said last night, and you didn't get to be one of the 100 chosen just by filling out an application, did you?
No, I had to provide a medical statement from our doctor.
And?
Well, I had a call from the MarsX chief medical officer asking all sorts of questions.
Why did you change course after just 1 year at Auckland University? It would seem a huge waste of a year.
I couldn't settle in med school. It was what my parents wanted. They weren't very happy when I changed to do engineering.
Yeah, but what about you? Were you happy with your decision?
Yes. I don't think I would have gone into avionics without that background.
Mars looks a lot like our home. However, it has an ever-present rain tint. Do you know anything about that?
Iron oxide. It's very common on the planet's surface.
Both planets Mars and Earth have many similarities. What similarities are you aware of?
A Mars day is 24 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. So the night-day rhythm is very similar to ours here on Earth. Mars and Earth are similar distances from the Sun, so that a Martian year, if I can call it that, is 687 days. I think you can call that similar. Mars has water, mostly frozen water, even if it is trapped under the North and South poles, polar ice caps.
What are your motivations for wanting to join MarsX?
Well, there's one question that I was expecting. I believe that it is the firsts in our history that are remembered. I can be one of the first people to set foot on Mars. I find that prospect exhilarating. I don't believe that we can continue on Earth as we're going now. I think that we are progressively destroying this planet. It will be the pioneers that go to Mars, that make that sacrifice, that will ensure that the human race survives. I think that step is the next great leap in our evolution, and I want to be part of that.
Mr. Wilkinson, I know you are married with 2 children. You have a son of 16 years and a daughter of 14. Have you told your family you've applied to MarsX?
Yes?
If you were running low on food, would you consider eating one of your fellow astronauts?
Quick, you're late.
But what did you say?
No, go. You missed your bus. Mum, can you stop and join us for a bit? I've got something to tell you, and it's quite important. Did you see the paper today?
No, we don't get it in the middle of the week anymore.
Well, I'm on page 3.
Oh, that's wonderful, dear. Another award for your gliding. You know, we've still got some of your cups here, you know.
No, it's not about gliding. Have either of you heard of Mars X?
Mars? As in the planet?
Yes. Mars X are planning to build a permanent human settlement on Mars.
Mars?
We were just reminiscing the other day, weren't we, about how obsessed you were with going to the moon when you grew up.
Not the moon, Mum. I have been shortlisted to be one of the first humans to set foot on Mars.
Mars is a bloody long way away.
I thought you might not believe me, so I brought the letter.
So how many days does it take to get there?
The actual trip takes about 7 months. About a bit longer than astronauts currently stay on the International Space Station.
But that's only one way. I don't think your mother could cope with you being away for that long.
Mum, many years ago there was an ordinary guy from a labouring family who had a dream. His name was Captain James Cook, and he became one of the greatest sea explorers of his age. Every New Zealander knows who he was.
What's that got to do with you wanting to be an astronaut?
Well, there were risks for James Cook, but he travelled farther than anyone ever had. And Sir Edmund Hillary, he's one of your idols. How many times have you spoken his name? Yet he took huge risks. No one had managed to climb Everest before him. But he did it, and he became a national treasure, a hero.
Yes, but you'll be away for more than a year.
No. This expedition is to colonize Mars.
Oh, so you're going to build some sort of settlement up there?
No. There will be 4 people in the first intake who will go to Mars permanently. Now, I've only been shortlisted.
Well, why would they want to do that?
Not they, Mum. It could be me.
How long would you be away?
It's a one-way trip. I'm not coming back.
But you're my only son.
The first crew, they won't leave until 2027. It's a long way away.
Why can't somebody else go?
Mum, it's a huge honour.
That you're my only son.
Mars X will launch a series of 6 rockets called DDVs, Deep Space Delivery Vehicles, over 4 years to deliver the infrastructure our team will need when they arrive. The first rocket will be launched late 2019.
That's an old video.
What makes our mission different from the others is that our colonizers will live on Mars and spend the rest of their lives there. On arrival on the Red Planet, the astronauts will initially live in an inflatable life support unit. They will assemble their permanent living quarters, then construct the greenhouse, the laboratory, and then their office and workspace. And this will only be the start. With over 150,000 applicants, Mars X has now narrowed the list to 200. From these 200 qualified and enthusiastic candidates, 2 men and 2 women will be chosen to lead in what will become the greatest scientific achievement in human history.
Don't! You're so annoying.
Any mail today?
Nothing for you, but there was a letter confirming Rachel's CT scan for the 15th of April.
The digital imaging they use in the CT scan was developed by NASA for the Apollo lunar landings to computer analyze and enhance photos of the moon. How'd you like that slice of wisdom, Nan? You can thank my friend Kevin for that. He also said that the Earth is dying and that there's no way it can support any life if we keep polluting it the way we do.
This whole going to Mars thing isn't going to help those wallowing in poverty. Over 1 billion people suffer from extreme poverty on this planet. And how many millions of children died just last year from poverty? So doesn't it seem wrong to you to spend billions of dollars on funding a trip to Mars when people are dying from lack of food?
Wow, so very erudite from my baby sister.
Shut up, Max.
Over 250 million years ago, there was an event which most people don't even know about, called the Great Dying. It was the greatest mass extinction in Earth's history. 96% of all marine life was obliterated, and over 70% of all animals were wiped out. It was called the Permian extinction. At some point in our evolution, we need to find somewhere else to live, or the human race will be wiped out altogether.
That's exactly what Kevin said to me today.
Ultimately, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions, will offer to live on a new world. But someone needs to be first. Someone needs to make that sacrifice. And it would be so much easier for me if I could go knowing that I have your support.
You have mine, Dad. 110%.
And what about your support for me? And your responsibilities for your children?
You will be well looked after financially. If I'm chosen, and if I get on the first flight, Rachel will be 27 and Max 30. All grown up and hardly likely to be living here. When Dad came out from England when he was 23, what did he have?
£11, 5 shillings.
And no return ticket.
And my mother cried her eyes out at the dock.
And he wasn't married. You are.
It's not as if I'm going to be out of your life. I'll have unlimited access to email and other communications. And as I said earlier, I reckon there's a reasonably good chance that we'll get back. NASA sent a team a few years after ours, and they're bringing their team back.
Well, why don't you go with NASA, dear?
NASA haven't offered me a trip, but I reckon that we could hitch a ride back with them.
Hang on. Are Mars X saying that, or you?
Me. But it doesn't sound too impossible. If the human race is going to survive for another 5,000 years, we will need to colonize other planets. It's that simple. And if I get the chance to be one of the first settlers on Mars, I'd like to take it.
And where do I fit into this?
You will be part of it as my wife here on Earth.
And what does that mean?
Every move made by the team on Mars will be televised live and relayed via a 20-minute delay here on Earth. They reckon that it will be the biggest TV audience ever. You will be a part of that, as will all the family members of the astronauts.
Really? And who asked me if I wanted that?
When we first met, you would have given anything for a piece of fame.
I wanted to be an actress, not a Mars widow.
If I'm chosen and I get to be on one of the first flights, you will have more exposure than Jennifer Aniston ever had.
And if I say I don't want that exposure?
They can't make you. Isn't this thought-provoking? I mean, we all know it's unlikely that I'll be selected, but the fact that we're talking about this, I mean, this is fun.
Nick, can you get that?
Hi.
Hi. Are you Nicholas Wilkinson?
I am, but I'm not buying anything, thank you.
I'm Amanda Williams.
What do you want?
Do you know that woman?
What do you want?
She's my mother, and I believe the person she's with is you.
Can we go somewhere else to talk? Laura, I'm going for a run. I'll be back soon. How did you find me?
I paid a private investigator.
Ah.
Where are we going?
Anywhere. I just don't think we should be at my home.
Why didn't you answer my emails? Or my phone calls for that matter?
My life is rather complicated. You know what? Let's go for a walk. Come on, it's a bit more private.
When I was going through her papers, I came across that photo. I asked my dad who it was, and that's when he told me he wasn't my real father. Imagine believing a lie for 25 years. You have a relationship with an Evelyn Davis 25 years ago?
That photo was taken before her grad school ball. We were utterly inseparable. We'd met in the Astronomical Society Christmas party just a few months before. Her brother brought her along, and we headed off straight away. Problem for us was she was only 17. And we were spending a great deal of time together. Her parents thought that we were getting too serious, and I was too old for her. So they split us up. Sent her off to live with an aunt in Hawke's Bay. And I never heard from her again.
Did you sleep with my mother?
I tried to track her down. I even went to Hawke's Bay, but I couldn't find her. I was shattered.
I was born in September 1993. I'm 25 years old. Are you prepared to get a DNA test?
I don't think I need to. Let's go back.
Mum, I've got to go. Sorry. Tomorrow's here. Love you.
Hey.
Bye.
Shana couldn't make it, so you've got me on my own today.
That's okay.
Hey, how are you coping with all the publicity Nick's been getting?
Oh.
Are you all ready to order now?
Can I get a cappuccino, please?
And a flat white.
Anything to eat?
No, thanks.
Not for me. Hey, Jim asked me what I wanted for my 40th, and I said a trip to Thailand. So then he wanted to know what he'd be up for my 50th and my 60th. And I said I didn't know about my 50th, but for my 60th, he could come and pick me up.
Nice one.
You know, you are really the talk of the town. Everyone's on about you, Nick, and the Mars thing.
What are they saying?
Don't worry about what people are saying. I think you are amazing for letting Nick do this. I mean, I could never let Jim do that. How many wives would let their husbands go on a one-way trip to Mars?
I didn't. He didn't even tell me he was applying.
Oh my gosh. What?
Sorry to interrupt, but are you the wife of Nick Wilkinson?
Yes.
Can I say you are remarkable to allow your husband desert you and your family? Shame I can't say the same about your selfish cat of husband.
Okay. Wow, let's go. Perhaps we can sit over here.
Apologies for my wife. I think your husband's got real guts.
Thank you. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I've got a bad vibe that this is a sign of things to come. I already had 2 people stop me today at the supermarket on my way here. At least they were supportive. You still haven't told me what the others were saying.
Shana doesn't say much. You know what she's like. And Kate reckons she can't get her head around why anyone would even want to go. Gemma thinks Nick's a bastard for leaving you and the kids, but she never says anything nice about anyone anyway.
Max, can you give me a hand, please? Max, get here now! Shit! Shit, shit, shit! For Christ's sake, why can't you come when I call you? If you come the first time, we wouldn't have this stuff all over the damn floor!
Oh, shit! These bloody pigs! Bloody supermarket! Stupid everything!
With Robert Engineers, I feel like we're about to have a really awkward conversation.
No, it doesn't need to
Because
be
you
awkward.
said something doesn't sit right with me.
No.
You want to have a chat to me like I've done something wrong.
You haven't done anything wrong. Straight to your mouth, it's not you this time.
Okay.
So we've had these crunchy salted caramel biscuits in the studio for the last couple of days. And the reason I am bringing this up now, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud.
What happened?
They got rid of a packet. So I wanted to come clean.
First of all, like you could have just gone,
Yes, I know.
I'll take it.
I know, but it wasn't sitting right.
Just because you're an honest person, I would have just totally gone with it.
The breeze.
Hey Zeke, what's up? Okay, yeah, I'll ask. Give me a sec. Hey Dad, Zeke wants me to go around to his place after school today. Is that okay?
That's fine, as long as you're home for dinner and make time for your homework.
Thanks, Dad. Hey Zeke, all good here, so I'll meet you at the gate after school, yeah? Okay, yeah. Sick, see you then. Zeke didn't want anything to do with me before, but now he wants to be my friend.
Oh, Mum, you don't need to do the dishes.
But you're sick.
I'm not really sick. I just couldn't face work with everything that's going on. It's driving me crazy.
How are the kids taking it?
Max seems okay. Rachel's not taking it well at all. She's bottling it up and not saying much. I can tell she's not got a good headspace. I'm scared. Really scared about what's happening to this family.
Are you going to accept Nick going off like that without a fight?
What would you have done if Dad had told you he was going off to the moon and never coming back?
I would have said, no, you're not.
I just had to get those emails off. It's the second one today from Mars X.
This is crap about you catching a ride back with NASA. Scientists from the US Space Agency say that if you've been on Mars for 10 years, then you won't be able to come back because your bones will be too brittle.
Yes, and they are currently working on solutions that will solve that very problem.
It also says on the same site, why do people want to go to Mars? For many enthusiasts, it is an escape, a chance for a new start, and the challenge of a lifetime. Is that what this is about? You want a new start? Have I not been a good wife?
Of course you have. And I love you heaps. It's
Is
just...
it for the glory of it?
No, this is not about me. This is about a mission that the people of this world need if it's going to survive.
Well, if it's the mission that's important, then why can't you let some unattached person take your place?
Darling, do you realise that the first 4 people to set foot on Mars will be immortalised in history? I mean, this is bigger than big. This is absolutely history in the making.
History? Well, I will make history. I'm giving you an ultimatum. Either you withdraw from the selection process or you can find a new place to live.
You're not serious.
I'm deadly serious. You have got 48 hours to send that email, and in the meantime, sleep in the spare room.
Why? Because I want to make a difference? You know, we can't keep overpopulating.
Do you know what? I don't want to talk about this right now. In fact, I don't want to talk about it ever again. You've got 48 hours.
Mr. Wilkinson. Paul Chairman.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Please, sit down.
Forgive me if I'm a bit dishevelled. It's been a hell of a week. Before we start, I need to know that nothing I say here will go beyond these 4 walls. What I have to say is very confidential.
Mr. Wilkinson, your medical records and information are protected by doctor-patient confidentiality.
I know, but I want your assurance that my records are not available to staff or anyone else for that matter.
In the medical profession, we are all subject to a duty of confidentiality. Rest assured, confidential is just that.
Thank you.
How may I help you, Mr. Wilkinson?
Call me Nick. Well, I've been having some nightmares, to put it mildly. I'm going through a very awkward situation with my family. Did you see the Herald on Monday?
No, I don't think I did.
About 9 months ago, I applied for a position as an astronaut to go on the first trip to Mars. It's really important that this meeting be confidential, because if word got out that I was here, well, my chances as one of the first to fly to Mars would be gone in a flash. Well, I didn't hear anything for months. And to cut a long story short, just last week I received an official letter telling me that I'd been shortlisted as one of 100 candidates chosen to train for the positions available. The problem is that my family, well, I hadn't told them. And to say that they're very upset would be an understatement.
So, let me get this right. You saw an advertisement for a trip to Mars online, you applied, you were accepted, your family were upset, so why didn't you offer to take them too?
You know what? I think I'm wasting my time here.
Please, sit down, Mr. Wilson.
Why would I sit down? You obviously don't believe a word that I've said.
You must admit, it's... Why don't you tell me a little more of what's happening in your life? Please, sit down.
Here is the letter from Mars X, telling me that I've been shortlisted.
I am terribly sorry. I wondered if you were delusional.
And just in case we're still not on the same page, this is not a trip to Mars as in a holiday. This is 4 people in the first instance going to colonize Mars.
And you were chosen out of how many people?
200,000 from all over the world.
That is amazing. A huge honor for you. A huge honor for our country.
Thank you. The problem is that none of the early colonists will be coming back.
Now you're kidding me, right?
No. And my family are taking it badly.
What, do you blame them? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. When you say that you're not coming back, do you mean not ever?
Not ever.
Your 48 hours is up.
It's 1 o'clock, for God's sake.
Well, I can't sleep. And you obviously don't love me or you wouldn't be leaving me and our family. And I've thought about this and I don't want to live with somebody who doesn't love me.
Can we talk about this in the morning?
In the morning you'll be packing your bags. Good night.
Laura! When's your school play?
I pulled out.
When did you do that?
A couple of days ago.
Why? You told me you were loving the...
Don't ask me why. I just don't want to do it anymore, okay?
I hope you've packed your bag.
Mum.
Come on.
Laura, the door is locked. Let me in, please. Laura! Will you let me in, please? Rachel, Max? Can you open the door, please?
Hiya. Pete's sister's coming over at the weekend and she's supposed to be staying in here. So I hope you've got your shit sorted out with Laura by then.
God, so do I.
And in case you're wondering, I don't blame her. So you can sleep on that.
Mike? Can you come across to the greenhouse? We had an accident.
Nick?
Can you hear me?
Nick, communication's breaking down. Can you hear us?
Philippe, are you there?
Can you hear us?
Akiko?
Detected a fault in the ventilation system. C24 greenhouse. Is that your current location?
Hey guys, I need some help.
Nick, you there? Can you hear us?
I can't breathe.
Can you pull back on the bolt?
Please.
Nick, you're breaking up. Can't hear you.
Somebody help me!
Nick?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
Rachel is missing. I can't find her anywhere. She's not in her room.
What do you mean she's not in her room?
I got up to go to the bathroom and something made me check on Rachel. She's not in her room.
Dad, I've checked the bathroom and every room in the house. She's not here. You need to come home.
Rachel? 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 Rachel?
We can't wake up the whole neighborhood.
111 emergency, fire, ambulance or police?
Police.
This is the police. Where is the location of the emergency?
440 Pearson Drive, Glenwood.
What is the nature of your emergency?
My daughter is missing. The round slider in her room is open, and she's missing.
Okay. Tell me what you know.
She went to bed around 9:30. Said she was tired, and that's the last we saw of her. My wife has a habit of checking on the kids if she wakes in the middle of the night.
Did you or your wife have an argument with her tonight?
No, we did not. She said that we have to lodge a missing person at the police station. We need to provide a photograph, you need to make a list of all her friends and associates. They want to know her bank account number, phone number, emails, social network sites, and she recommends that we don't even start until the morning. Apparently, they get lots of teenage girls go missing overnight. Hello?
Hi, my name's Megan. I'm so sorry to ring you in the middle of the night like this, but I have your daughter Rachel with me, and I think you need to come and get her.
Thank you for calling us.
It's all right. She didn't want me to call you. But the manager asked her to leave and she was asking around where she could stay for the night.
Are you two friends?
No, we met on the dance floor tonight. She was really cracked up. And about an hour ago started acting really crazy. I guess the bourbon eventually got to her.
Thank you again for ringing us.
They're usually really strict about 18 plus, beautiful lady.
Her mother and I were worried sick. Can we give you a lift somewhere?
No, thanks. Bye. Bye. Bye.
You can't call anyone. It's 4 a.m. What's happening, Rachel? You've never done anything like this before. You had your mum absolutely petrified.
What about you? Did you even care?
Rachel, you know I care. Why would you say that?
Well, why would you care? You're leaving, remember? And I'll never see you again.
I haven't even got the selection. I'm only been shortlisted.
Yeah, well, you might get selected and you don't care if you break this family up. I feel sick.
That's not true.
No, I mean, I feel sick. Can you stop the car?
I mean, it's not true that I don't care about breaking up this family. You're all the most important people in the world to me.
So are you leaving the people you say you love?
I know it's hard to understand, but this is a chance for me to do something that can improve the lives of everyone on this planet.
It's not hard to understand. You are leaving us, your family, to live on another planet and never see me or Mum or Max again.
That's not true. I'll have access to the internet. We can catch up on what you're doing every day if we both have time.
You can't even Skype. There's a 20-minute delay. I looked it up on the Mars X website.
Gave us quite a scare.
How long are you going to make Dad stay away for?
Until he comes to his senses. Dad's not a 17-year-old. He needs to grow up. Come on, you'll miss your bus. You better get going.
I'm going to miss our chats in the morning in the car.
Well, you better get used to it.
Well, 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 you haven't returned any of my calls in 3 days.
Rachel's results have come through and the news isn't good. The test came back from radiology yesterday and it's Hodgkin lymphoma.
What's Hodgkin lymphoma?
It's a type of blood cancer. Nick?
Yeah.
The test came through last night and the doctor called after dinner and asked us to go in today.
This is terrible.
They want her to start chemo within the fortnight.
Oh my God, Rachel. She's only 14. Why? She seemed fine the other day, apart from complaining about that lump under her arm.
Well, she's not fine, and this treatment is going to hit her like a ton of bricks.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have taken time off and gone with you.
We didn't know. I should have guessed when the doctor rang last night, but my mind was somewhere else.
Chemo?
She's terrified.
Emails. There are no new emails. Yesterday. There were no emails from Laura yesterday, 2 days ago. There were no emails from Laura 2 days ago, 3 days ago. There were no emails from Laura 3 days ago. Send emails. Sent to Laura.
I'm doing this for Rachel, but you are sleeping in the spare room.
I thought I could come with you to the chemo today.
Oh, you can forget it. We need to learn to deal with these things without you.
I'm glad I got you home.
No problem. It's Saturday here.
Firstly, I would like to apologize that it took so long for your formal contract to arrive. Unfortunately, we have a problem, and I'm sorry it only came to light right now. The medical lab in New Zealand has received some inconclusive results about one of your blood tests. They assumed it was a false positive, and that's what they reported to us. So we requested the full lab report to be sent to us. Perhaps our tests are more thorough, I don't know.
What did it show?
We have asked Dr. Parata to do the tests again and to include a biopsy this time. I'm sorry to tell you that at the 11th hour, really, but astronauts' health and safety is paramount.
Can you tell me if it's serious?
You will have to discuss that with your physician. We've sent our whole report to Dr. Parata.
Have you noticed any swelling in your neck?
No.
What about in your armpits?
No.
Anything in your groin?
No.
What about fatigue? Have you experienced any fatigue?
I reckon we all get a bit more fatigued as we get older, but nothing more than that.
What about night sweats?
I've been waking up sweating, but I put that down to nightmares.
The doctor over at Mars X believes you have nodular sclerosis Hodgkin lymphoma. It's a disease in which malignant cancer cells form in the lymph system.
It's hereditary, right?
No, not really.
My daughter's got it.
I don't see your family, Mr. Wilkinson, your work.
No, I know that, but she was just diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma just a week ago.
It's very, very disappointing, but it's not hereditary.
So what's all this about?
Do you want the good news first or the bad news?
The good news.
Good news.
No, the bad news first, and then the good news.
It's 2 against 1. The good news first.
The good news is that I am no longer on the team going to Mars. In fact, I'm off the program altogether. So you're all going to have to put up with me for a bit longer.
I thought it was great that you got into the program, but I would have really missed you.
You know, I'm actually quite relieved I'm not going. I was going to miss you all too much. Let's have a toast to keeping this family together.
Keeping this family together. So, what's the bad news?
The reason I'm not going to Mars is that I have the same health problem as Rachel. I have had Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I haven't seen you working on this for weeks.
I've been a bit tied up.
Has Mum said anything about the Hodgkin's thing?
No. I'm a bit apprehensive about the chemo, but Rachel seems to have come through it without any side effects at all.
Dad? You're gonna hate me, but Mum said I wasn't allowed to tell you. Rachel hasn't had any chemo. She doesn't have Hodgkin's lymphoma. Mum made it all up in the hopes that it would make you stay.
What did you just say to me?
Mum made it up. I'm sorry, Dad. I thought she would have told you by now or something. I guess she's just scared about how you're gonna react.
So you're saying that the whole story about Rachel being sick is bullshit? Jesus fucking Christ! Who would do that?
She's desperate, Dad. None of us wanted to lose you, and that's what was gonna happen.
So she told me that Rachel had cancer? That my only daughter had cancer to keep me from going away? I mean, that's appalling. It's completely unforgivable that anyone would do that. She gave me the biggest scare of my life.
She knew it was wrong. She didn't know what to do.
Well, it worked. I wrote a letter of resignation to Mars X. I was just about to send it when I got the Skype call from the US.
Max, I'm sorry. I don't blame you for any of this.
I've a confession to make. But will you promise not to yell at me?
I believe that Max has already told me.
Has he?
I can't believe that you would do such a deceitful thing.
I was wrong.
Wrong? You're fucking right, it was wrong. I was bloody tormented by that news. And now I find out that it was some sort of sick lie?
I know you'll hate me for what I did, and it was underhand. But I did it because I love you. And it was selfish. But I didn't want to lose you.
You used our daughter for a pawn. Who does that?
I was scared, Nick. We were hurting. You have no idea how scared I was. Please don't be angry with me. I did it because I love you and I don't want to lose you. And I feel so bad because I feel like I'm responsible for you getting this awful disease because I made up that story.
You're not.
But it's like I gave you a curse when I made it up. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Oh, Nick, sorry to call you so late.
It's okay.
I thought you would rather me to call now rather than wait.
Is this about my test results?
Yes. It appears I owe you an apology. Dr. Peratt has done further tests as we requested, and he also sent us the results of the biopsy. It all confirmed his original diagnosis.
That I don't have Hodgkin lymphoma?
Correct. It was a false positive. It's extremely rare to get a false positive for Hodgkin's lymphoma. My stuff up, I take complete responsibility for it.
So I definitely don't have it.
know you have a clean bill of health. Please apologize to your family from me. This must have given them such a scare.
So, what happens now?
You are being immediately reinstated on the team. You will rejoin the team, of course.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't do it.
It's my fault. I apologize again. I should have never told you you were off the program before redoing those tests. I let you down.
It's not about that. Do you remember during our initial interview when you asked if my family knew that I'd applied?
Yes, you said they did, and they were okay with that.
I lied.
So they were not okay with that?
They didn't know anything about it at all. And they've taken it badly. I'm sorry, I just can't do this to them. I've hurt my wife, and I don't know that I'll ever be able to repair that hurt. But I'm going to try. I'm sorry. But you'll need to find a replacement.
Max, this is the second time I've called you.
Coming now.
Mum says you have some news for me.
Oh, I'm back in the musical.
So what changed your mind?
Miss Thompson said she really needed me, so...
And?
And she offered me the role of Audrey. That's the lead part.
How come?
Oh, Hayley's been off school for almost 3 weeks and she's not back yet, so yeah.
Well, congratulations, Pumpkin. That's really good news.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Well, don't forget my offer to help with the costumes.
I reminded her today, actually. Audrey gets some really cool costumes, so I can't wait.
Do you remember me telling you about Zeke from my class?
Yeah, your new friend.
No. Actually, my old friend. He's been ignoring me at school lately. But I don't care. He's a weirdo anyway.
Any mail today?
No.
I have something that might interest you. Could you please pass that to your mother?
What's this?
I guess you just have to open it to see.
Come on, Mum. This suspense is killing me.
I've already spoken to Janice. She's fine with you having 3 weeks off next month.
3 weeks off for what?
Your wonderful dad has just booked us a 14-day cruise in the Med. Thank you.
Did I get the right one?
It's amazing. Better than the one I'd chosen.
All clear from the eye.
Take up slack, take up slack. All out, all out.
Charlie Echo Bravo, Alpha Kilo. Thanks for the tow.
Am I the only one to have a dream? To visit a place no one's ever been? Is there really a chance at all? Am I prepared or will I fall? Am I selfish to have such a dream? To want so badly to be on that team? How do I tell her I won't be here? Not a day, a week, or a year. It's not like I don't care. I know it's hard and she'll say it's not fair. It's a sacrifice, I won't be there. How do you tell someone deep down you know there'll be no turning back? To make a step for all of mankind, my heavy heart with my family behind. How do you tell someone deep down you know there'll be no turning back? But understand they never will. For me this is a bitter pill. But sadly the chance to make my mark means I won't be coming back. It's not like I don't care. I know it's hard and she'll say it's not fair. It's a sacrifice, I won't be there. How do you tell someone